Alrighty, g'day YouTube. Well, contrary to what you might call popular belief, and a lot of what seems to have been said within social media over the last few months, years, decades maybe, I still think Australia is a lucky country, and I'm actually grateful for that. Come along for the ride, and I'll tell you all about it. So, the big question, why am I grateful? Or, probably more importantly, why do I think Australia is still a lucky country? It's interesting times that we live in these days. The coronavirus has certainly changed the way many of us live on a day-to-day basis. And you don't have to be too quick on the uptake, I reckon, to have a look around at the methods that some countries are using to deal with it. Australia is an island. We've already got a much better opportunity to limit the way the virus gets into the country than what many other countries have got. We have no land borders with any other country. We're lucky. It makes it easier to control many other countries in the world that share land borders, and it's easier for viruses to spread. So yeah, you've got to be grateful for that. Well, I am. I suppose you don't have to be, but I am. The ways that they've dealt with it is sometimes questionable, but the end result is the fact that the numbers that we have are way better than others. Enough of the coronavirus. There's so many other things that I'm grateful for. When I went to school, I was given the opportunity to start a job when I was 15. I've never really been unemployed since then. I've always had the opportunity to get another job. Yes, alright, when I say I've never been unemployed, yes, I've been unemployed for a week, maybe 2 weeks. But that was it. I got another job doing whatever I needed to do. If I hadn't had those opportunities in this country, I would be like many of the long-term unemployed. And you only have to go to a few other countries in the world and you realise that in those countries, if you don't have a job, you don't have money. It's that simple. There is no government subsidy. I'm grateful that we live here where we have that opportunity. Those that are familiar with with this channel and with me would be well aware that I have multiple sclerosis, a degenerative, debilitating disease where the body essentially attacks itself. Oh, cool. In this country, 99.9% of the medical care that I require, to say nothing of the medications, is free. The medications I pay a couple of dollars for. In other countries in the world, you have to pay a bloody fortune for that. In this country, it's free. Yeah, all right. The medical system here has its shortcomings. Believe me, it has many shortcomings. It's the system, not the care. But it's still free, and that's important. In other countries, you have to pay. I know in other countries, for example, just to get in the door, the first thing they ask you is, do you have health insurance? That's kind of sad. Wow. Am I grateful I live here and get free health care? Because I don't know what life would be like well, I kind of know what life would be like, but life would be very difficult without free healthcare. That's important, and I'm grateful that I've got that. You know, I've never really been in a situation where I couldn't get to a doctor to get something fixed. So Australia is great with like that. So many other things. I mean, I'm grateful for, alright, I've been married, I'm now on my third marriage, but, you know, I'm still friends with my previous 2 ex-wives. That's a personal thing, but I'm grateful for the fact that my third wife is absolutely bloody marvellous. You know, life's been treating me pretty good. I've got multiple sclerosis, I don't really care. You know, I did 15 years in the Defence Force, and what an experience that was. It was a magnificent experience, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to have had it. There are some people that would look at their time in the Defence Force and hate it. You know, I loved it. There were times when I didn't like it. It's like any other job, you know, but you have good days and bad days. But I'm grateful for the experience because I learnt so much about life and about myself, and you've got to be grateful for that. There's so many other things in life that are just so good. This bike, I'm grateful for the opportunity to own and ride daily this magnificent machine. I've ridden other bikes. I've ridden bikes that some would class as better, or I've ridden bikes that some would class as worse. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to ride. There are people in this world that would love the opportunity to ride any sort of bike, let alone this magnificent beast. So many people these days seem to be concentrating on the big things and, this country sucks. Well, no it doesn't. There's some things that might need a little bit of minor adjustment, but, you know, overall, it's pretty good. I mean, it could be way, way, way worse. In the words of Jeremy Clarkson, still could be worse. It's not bad. You know, my gosh, that sun's a bit challenging, isn't it? Yeah, so it's bloody marvellous that we have such fantastic opportunities. I mean, middle of the week, here I am, I'm riding over a scenic route, and essentially the only people I've got here for company are dudes on push bikes. I mean, it's a magnificent day, absolutely beautiful. Alright, I've got the day off, you know, I can do that. But what a magnificent place. There's another one. The air quality here, because we don't share land borders with any other country, we're a kind of a long way away from there, from other countries, you know. But the air pollution here is minimal. Some of the greenies will tell you it's not good enough, but, you know, they need to travel to other countries. There are other countries in the world, and I have visited them. I have visited? Is that a word? Visited? Yes, anyway, I'm sure you all know what I'm saying. The air quality in many other countries in the world is sadly lacking. Beth and I went from here to Vietnam a few years ago, and we went via China, and we stopped in Guangzhou, and as we were coming in to land at Guangzhou, we honestly thought it was raining and overcast. It wasn't. It was the middle of the day, and that was pollution. It was so thick we thought it was raining. Yeah, just it blew our minds. Well, neither of us has ever seen pollution like that, and here we are on an absolutely glorious day, and the air quality here is amazing. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to go to Tasmania southern part of Australia, for those of you outside the country, where there's an area there on the west coast that the scientists from around the world come to visit because it's got what is widely regarded as the cleanest air in the world. I'd like to go there. I've been there once, but I was very young. So yeah, so anywho, I'm very, very grateful to be alive in this country. There's a few things that are a bit dodgy with the body, it's getting old, but I'm grateful, and I've never been unemployed for a long time. I've got money, I got food on the table, I got 4 walls and a roof, and I'm grateful for that. The country that I live in has got government aid for various different situations. Sometimes it's a bit hard to get that aid. Sometimes you've got to go through a few hoops and jump through a few hoops to get the aid, but the point is, it's there, and I'm grateful for that. Life could be way worse. Anyhow, I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. I'm sure there will be a few comments on some of the things I've said, and I look forward to reading those comments. You all have a great day, and I'll catch up with you at a later date. Bye for now.